Good evening, everyone. Hello, Muggety406 Mail on YouTube. Good to see you. Refund inbound. I can't refund it. I bought it on the Keysight. So, but yeah. Should be, well, let's hope so. So, yeah, as many of you probably have noticed, the general consensus is pretty negative. Let's see if we can at least find a couple positives tonight. I've barely played it. I've only set up my wheel. I did the online license test where you need to do 8 laps in a Mazda MX-5 around Lime Rock. um, within a set time, and that allows you to join the online ranked races. So yeah, let's go and jump into just a couple different cars, I guess, and see how those drive. Let's just make it a practice session. Pre-warm the tires, that has been important according to the devs, for some of the cars at least. And it allows for some quick testing with the way the tires warm up. Can I... Oh, okay, number. Does it go around? Yeah, nice. In that short Mazda MX-5 race, the AI in that was horrible. They just don't have any clue on where you are, basically, from what I saw there. I kind of wanna, let's have a see. Can I just show a list of classes? Doesn't have that, does it? You can toggle favorites, okay. I want to have a look. Shouldn't this have like, oh, GTE. I can actually drive GTE or GT1. Just as a comparison to what I've been driving lately in AMS2. Let's try the Porsche. Try driving that one. Now, I have run a short test on Spielberg. It has some very weird artifacts. In fact, let me go back a little bit, show you my graphic settings. It's all set to ultra, basically. It used ultra preset, and the only thing I have changed is change the post-process anti-aliasing to DLAA. It wasn't TAA. Coming tomorrow, yeah, that's needed. I know he replied on X that this AI was the best there is. Well, it's not. I don't do a lot of AI races, but it's definitely not the best out there. So yeah, basically everything on ultra. I did have a couple stutters, weird ones with the MX-5 race, which I believe might be related to hitting another car or something like that. Let's go, where did we race the GTEs? Mosport. No, at least I don't think so. I don't think it has no frame generation and no upscaling, I believe. Let me quickly have a look for you. Frame generation turned off, DLSS is turned off, only DLAA. Now I am running a 5090, so it's got a little bit of power. And the frame generation can cause input lag, according to the devs actually. So that's why I decided to leave that off. Oh fuck, it's Spielberg. Well, I guess you can at least see the... I think you can turn these cinematics off. Hey Ricky, how you doing? Well, the thing was, I was able to sell my 4080 for a decent price, and around the same time we had a big tax refund. slightly unexpected. So yeah, that helps. Oh, that feels light. I've spent a little time dialing in the force feedback. However, I'm not sure. It might need some tweaking. I feel like the game audio is pretty loud. I feel like I need to shout above it. Let's lower the T300. So no direct drive. So that might be a thing. There are some options in each individual car setup. I haven't played with those yet, because I honestly feel that you need to have a baseline force feedback which basically should work for every car, minus maybe some minor tweaking here and there. I didn't find any option to calibrate my wheel or something in the game, so that's strange. EQ on 2.0, that helps a lot, okay. Oh. What wheel are you using, Ricky? You probably have mentioned it at some point. Totally not focused now. I'm not sure about the sound though, compared to MS2, the way this car sounds there. Okay, yeah, that makes a bit of difference maybe. I'm on a belt wheel of course, so... God. I mean, visually, it doesn't look that bad. It's a bit washed out, I would say. Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. Maybe this is slightly a different model than the one in, for example, MS2. I'm not sure. But that sounds horrible. Thanks, Margati. I knew I could count on you. I'm not seeing... Yeah, well, it's a bit... Yeah, I don't know. It's not bad. Oh, damage is on, apparently. I'll switch around a bit on the straight, see if there's a lot of difference. But yeah, I don't know, it's not a great sound for this car at least. No, GTE. And you know how the GTE Porsche sounds? Oh, this does not help. It's so weird the way it drives. Seems like my tires are overheating quite a bit. It's the same sound. Totally no difference in terms of sound. And it just gets away from you. That's so weird. Yeah, it's not great. The reason I picked this one is because I've been driving it in the RPM Championship on AMS2. That's strategy. GT3, yeah, I'm gonna jump into GT3 soon. I'm not convinced about this car. Let's do a restart. Just see where we go. How we go. And the biggest issue, of course, for me is that it doesn't have VR support yet. I do wonder, looking at how this performs, how it will be when you want to run it in VR. I can only imagine that to have it looking somewhat decent, that you will need quite a beefy system in VR. Oh yeah, these cars only have TC, no ABS. I need to remind about that. LMDH, I'm gonna try the LMDH as well. I forgot that this was a GTE and that doesn't have ABS, of course. Let me try the GT3. See. And I'm actually gonna try the GT3 Porsche. Why not? That's the game. That's the game. That's a game issue, not a driver issue. In fact, let's stick with Spielberg, maybe. What do we have? Boulder, Sao Paulo, Lexington. Is that Mid-Ohio? Mosport. Yeah, that's a good one. Brianza, that's Monza. Need to get used to those. What's Derby? Is that Donington? Yeah, that's Donington. Okay. Yeah, Donington. This is Silverstone. So they've got the same strategy as AMS2 with not having to license the names, which isn't a bad thing in general. Alright, let's try GT3. I need to turn this off. This is annoying me already. Can I turn that off here? Cinematic sequences. I think that's the one. Now, I don't think Crew Chief works with this, and SimHub doesn't work either, I believe. Which is kind of a shame. I think let's check it out, shall we? Let me exit out of it and see if that's the thing. If that's the setting. Because that already bugged me. Yeah, see? So go into options, preferences, and turn off cinematic sequences. That'll just load you onto the track without any extra stuff. Alright. Oh, and one thing I might add, the virtual mirror is god awful. I like the in-game one where it shows part of your car though. But oh. Yeah. Which car did you drive from the GT3s, Ricky? So if you hit the brakes, the rear just steps out for no apparent reason. Tires are preheated. Let's see if I can turn off the damage as well, just for testing sake. Now, I'm not sure how visible it is on stream, but at the top left you can see the FPS that I'm getting. Yeah, it could be just a Porsche thing. Or me needed to get used to it. That's of course also the option. Tires maybe not up to full temperature yet. I need to turn on the engine volume a little bit because I can't hear a thing that he's saying. In fact, let's lower this as well for a bit. What I don't like is this. Have a look here. I go back, and then this is confirmed, so you go back into the menu again. That should have been switched around, I feel. I get they probably did this so if you accidentally double click, it doesn't exit you out of it. But that is so annoying because you always need to go to the right. Maybe that's just a me thing though, but there. I'm braking. Not very excessively hard, and the rear just steps out. Now this is default setup, so I haven't changed anything on the setup. You see how that is? It drives so weird. Well, yeah, I'm not sure. I think the biggest thing they have going for them is crossplay with consoles, and then add to that the different content that it has. That might help them. I did see something that you can turn off crossplay, at least when you create a lobby. I'm just pushing too hard probably. Should just drive a bit slower. I might need to tweak the force feedback a little bit. But hey Dad. Yeah, did you have it as well? I think I saw that. Oh. Ah yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You need to be in from the start, yeah. That's not great indeed. Well, I think we all kind of fell for the hype. Because it was made out to be the next best thing in sim racing, probably. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they will do with updates and stuff. That's for sure. Oh, it's just I need to see what with the force feedback. Probably need a little bit more tuning, but for some reason I didn't see any presets, being able to load presets for wheels, which is a bit of a pity, if I may say so. I would have expected them to oh, try the Merc, yeah. See how different that is. Merc. Yeah, I have that, Dudley. Yeah, and that's the thing, Marty. I think you need to have a baseline force feedback which works for every car, and then you can fine tune per car setup. But honestly, I don't know what they are thinking if they expect people to, apart from setting up the car, also work on setting up the force feedback per car. I mean, how much time do those guys think you have? Yeah, well, I tried searching the project Motor Racing Discord. I couldn't find one for my wheel. But it's a bit of a shame that they don't add any settings or provide any settings or recommendations. I get that they can't do that for every wheel out there, but your Thrustmasters, Fanatec's, Moza, those popular wheels, they really should have had some presets or uh, suggested settings added to it. I'll try this car first, like this, Ricky, and then remind me later about those settings you made, difference you made in the pit menu. Wait, I did have preheated tires turned on, but does it change that when you change the track? Tires pre-warm, turn on. I'd assume that goes for every setting, or is it just the race? That's a bit odd. Damage. Where's damage? Oh yeah. Thank you, Marty. Thank you very much. Alright. I did buy the year 1 bundle extra edition, so yeah, let's see how it develops. Yeah, I agree, that, and Ricky as well. You should. That's why I say you need to have like a good baseline force feedback setting, and then that should work on every car basically, barring maybe some small tweaks here and there. This feels better than the Porsche. Just the braking. Damage is off, so that helps. Yeah, I'm gonna try some of the older stuff, especially the stuff that's recently been added to AMS2, obviously. Just as a compare. I mean, in a way, I think this is at least, well, not a tall mountain to climb, but better than Evo, whatever you want to call it, when that was released. I'm gonna push really hard now, just let the tires warm up a little bit. I don't think I have any assist turned on. I turned those all off, or authentic at least, ABS and stuff like that. Everything on authentic, so Oh. Yeah, that's true as well, Dot. Oh, this turn again. I think a lot comes down to getting your base for CPAC set up, which is why I don't understand they don't hand out some recommended settings for different wheelbases. For CPAC is so important, especially in a sim, and if people don't invest time to get it set up properly, they'll soon enough. Look at that! What are those reflections? What was that? Did you see that? That was very weird. I didn't have that before. Yeah. Very weird. I had some artifacting before on Spielberg, as I said earlier, which was really odd. I think that might have had to do with more cars on the track. Paparazzi, yeah. I do wonder how. Oh god, this turn is. It just feels weird. I don't know. I'm just not super focused. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. I do wish that they would add a function where you can zoom the HUD layout. You can already change it, but some things are a bit too much in your face to my liking. Oh, big stutter there. You see that? That's so weird. Also those stuttering, I assume you guys can see that as well. I feel the stuttering is related to force feedback. At least I'm feeling it in my wheel. I must say the Merc is driving better than the Porsche. Oh yeah, that's a good thing. That's also another thing. It's really not that obvious how you need to set that up. But I did get the feeling. Let me. Yeah. Input device settings, I think you mean. Hey, this shows the name of my wheel now. That didn't show that before. Okay, interesting. What were we talking about? Saturation. 98, yeah. I didn't change this, by the way. Yeah, Marty, I agree. They should have done an early access release. Because that way people can't complain. No, yeah, but that's the thing. I'm positive that before I didn't have that set to 50. I'm positive. so weird. Yeah, I don't tend to refund that quickly, especially if some potential is there, but what was the last thing I refunded? I think it was Evo. And then I bought it a couple weeks later very cheap through some Keysight or something. I don't care. Does it not save? This now at 100. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, we can find out. We can find out if it keeps changing it per car. It does feel that, okay. For some reason, I'm positive I didn't add that dead sound for my brakes. But it does feel better on the braking, a little bit. In terms of how it responds. Yeah. Just trying it out a little bit. It would have been helpful if they had like tooltips explaining what each setting does and not just a PDF. Yeah, this is better now. This is better. I'm pretty positive I moved the virtual mirror to the center of my screen before, and it somehow seems to stick. I had a feeling this was the mirror. There's nothing else here. So that doesn't work, clearly. This should be the virtual mirror. Let me... So yeah, HUD is customizable. Thanks, Buckety. But that mirror just stays there. You see? So new AM2, I don't know, Dudley. It's not in the beta yet, so we haven't even seen it as beta testers. So I'm not sure. Hey, Slastop. I'm not sure. It should be part of the layout, so it should move to the center, I believe. I don't know who thought of putting a virtual mirror on in the top right corner anyways. But I guess that's personal. Yeah, this is better now. And how are you doing, Slastad? Yeah, this works better. Now alone on track, what will be the average? 110 FPS? And need to remind myself of that as well. I'm of course very used to VR, racing in VR now. So driving on the screen is also a little bit different again. But I honestly feel if they're gonna add VR to this, you will need at least a RTX 4070, 4080 to have it running properly and looking properly, but I might be wrong. Maybe they've got some magical optimization for VR, but I think even with a 5090 you need to turn down a lot in VR, probably. Yeah, this is a lot better now. Alright, let's try some of the other stuff. I kinda want to try the GT1 Porsche, as I've been driving that in a race not too long ago on AIM-S2, but yeah, that's what I play the most, so that's my point of reference. Okay. Interesting. Can try that as well. This doesn't have Le Mans, does it? No. Ah, that's a shame. Let's try Monza. See how that looks. Brianza. Better yet. Just tired. Yeah. I know that feeling. Okay, so just quickly look at the settings. Did it not add any dead zone? No, okay. So I'm not sure, maybe it was, I used to have my gamepad hooked up as well. Maybe something went wrong there earlier, I'm not sure. Alright, how does this sound? It's got that turbo whine, so... Oh, that sounds awful. At least... sounds different than... This is actually not feeling so bad. Any of you guys tried the GT1 Porsche? Yeah. Oh, I was reading chat. Don't do that. Some of the sounds are weird. Like that little crashing sound and... I don't know. I still like the sound better than AIM-S2 for this car. That's so weird. No, it's not the same at all. I mean, in a way, this is of course also has a bit of similarities to Project Cars 2, for example. So, in a way, it makes sense that it'll be in the same direction as AIM-S2, but AIM-S2 is better. Looks better indeed, totally. I mean, I think this looks better than Evo. I haven't played Evo since the last update, but Must say, this car doesn't feel so bad. But yeah, the tire noise is a bit too much out there. You can't change that separately, can you? Tire sound. No, of course not. What I did miss is, and I have a feeling we're not gonna get any like open wheelers or other thing, at least not with DRS, because there's no DRS button assignment. So that's a bit. I think this kind of needs something like maybe a Formula 3 car or something like that. For 2 years, okay. Yeah. Yeah, me neither. Which is a bit of a shame. But then again, F1 cars are done so well on AMS2 if I'm honest, so yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's supposed to be a GTR game, but I honestly think that even GTR 2 is still better than this in the current state. It's old, dated, of course, but yeah, I'll have a look at that one as well. Let's try the Audi. It's a shame that this doesn't have like Road America or something. I've driven the Audi on Road America. Yeah, probably. I mean, GT3 cars is what everyone is going for these days. So yeah, if you don't have GT3 cars, then you're basically already 2-0 down. Yeah, Ricky, I can imagine that. It's oh, oh, that sounds awful. And for GT3 is good. How does it sound when we are driving?
Clear of the pits.
I must say my wheel is feeling pretty decent now. I think I'm about just about there with the way I've got it set up. Oh, a bit late on the brakes. It sounds a bit weird. As I said before, I do like that you can see part of your own car, the rear of your own car in the mirror. That's something I am missing on AMS2, to be honest. A little detail. Yeah, Road America would be nice to have. Yeah. Yeah. That's indeed, Marty. That's quite a nice detail.
Right height looks good when you came past.
Right height looked good when you came past. Okay. You don't see smoke though. Yeah, no road America. Does it show smoke? Oh yeah, there it is. Does it show smoke in the mirror as well though? No smoke in the mirror. Ah, that's a bit of a shame. Well, if you spend a lot of time on the grass, then you can certainly, well, yeah, yeah, on that subject, it looks good, but yeah, not something I would buy, buy a game for having good grass. Hey, Rizilla! Thanks for farting in here. How you doing? The grass better be short. I mean, Brianza looks nice. Nice track. Is that like solid? No, okay. Oh. Oh, on that subject, replay. Let's have a look at the replay. God, 30 FPS replay? Why is the replay only 30 FPS? Come on, guys. Look at that. Oh God. I don't have anything turned on like FPS limit or VSync or stuff like that. I have that all turned off, but 30 FPS. I actually think that LMU had it locked at 30 initially, if I recall that correctly. Before they added the official replay viewer, but I'm not 100% sure, but... Oh, that's awful. So, in a way, you have a replay where you can click on the timeline, so which doesn't always work, because I'm clicking here a couple times now. Now it works. That works. Now I'm clicking here for the third time, fourth time, fifth time. Yeah, that's true, Dudley. Yeah, no worries, Ricky. Thanks. Yeah, that's not great. What do we have? LMDH, all. I'm gonna go back to the GT3, the Porsche. Let's try with the different settings. Let's go to most sport as well. Let's have a look at that. Quick look, not too long. Wanna have a look at some other stuff as well. Oh, yeah, I can check. Of course, no worries. No, controlbar is. Reverse first? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, no neutral button. I think only R Factor 2 and LMU have that. At least what I know that who have it. I'm not sure if AC has it or iRacing. iRacing probably has. So you can select all gears, but not neutral. So we'll have a look at some of the cars now, and we'll have a look at online how that's like.
Clear the pits.
Yeah. Yeah, if I'm honest, the when you go through the settings and stuff, you can tell that it's made by the same guy behind it, the same philosophy behind it, basically. In terms of the options and stuff. Yeah, this feels better already. No, I didn't adjust my in-car force feedback on the Merc either. Bit of a stutter there. Yeah, I'm not testing any, just global force feedback, and now with the dead zone on braking removed, how the Porsche feels, and it is better. Still has the tendency for some lift off oversteer. It is better. See, it wasn't my driving, it was just the settings. It's actually not that bad in terms of the way it feels. So yeah, as I said, killer curve. Yeah, it's a lot better now. No, that's true, but I must say that I think I've got it pretty darn close to the way AMS2 feels on my wheel. But I don't have a direct drive wheel or anything, so nothing fancy. Just a T300. So, yeah. Ricky mentioned that the LMDH cars were awful. Now, I must say, it's been a while since I've driven any LMDH on AMS2. The last time I drove one, I think it was Valkyrie. So, let's try that one, shall we? Shall we go... Silverstone. What was it called? Northampton, wasn't it? Yeah, isn't it? What layouts do we have? International, original pits. Okay, that uses the old pit lane. Start, finish straight. Yeah. Okay. I haven't even tried setting it to rain or something like that. Not sure if if that's a good idea with the performance. It would explode in the rain.
Hammer down now.
Oh. NASA PC. Well, oop. Oh god. So apparently the preheating of the tires only works actually in the race. By the looks of it. Because those aren't preheated tires to me at least. I'm not sure which LMDH Ricky drive. If it was the Aston or not. So the virtual mirror is the same projection by the looks of it as the in-car mirror. Both god awful. Not that bad, but it does seem like it's basically wants to kill you every turn. Or lock up all of a sudden. I didn't bind any keys for the regen and stuff like that, so that might have something to do with it. Again, a big stutter. See that? For some things, I do like the marbles on the track, although it seems a bit excessive considering that I'm the only car on track. The track is set to heavy rubber though. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. Especially some of them are quite big. Yeah, in general I'm not convinced about the sounds in this game. I tried the GT Porsche before and that's the best, one of the best sounding cars in AMS too, if I'm honest. And it sounds nothing like it in here. It's yeah, I probably expected it to feel a bit worse maybe, but my expectations were quite low, I must admit, after seeing the first messages. GT1 GT, okay. Let's try that. Let's try Spa and see what that looks like. this is also a thing. Why can't I just click? Oh, I actually can click on something else. It doesn't show that. Show it that obvious. Okay. Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Weather. I'll do a rain thing later. Just to see what that looks like. I'll probably pick a GT3 car because that's got all the TCs and ABSs and stuff. Especially the newer cars. Well, yeah, the Porsche the GT Porsche is still one of the best sounding cars. Probably across all sims actually, but the latest cars that they've added, the older historic stuff, does sound very good. But yeah, it aims to. I can honestly say, give it a go if you can, Slastop. It has changed quite a bit. For the better, I would say. Seems like the sound is just clipping when you rev it. You hear that? It's distorting a bit. That's what the word I was looking for. Yeah, it's not the first car that has that. Okay, well they added a bunch of historic cars. They've added a free, totally not a Ferrari, Milano. Which is quite good. It does seem that, I don't know, this track looks odd to me. It looks a bit different compared to Mosport and stuff like that. This looks a bit more, yeah, washed out, even more than some of the other tracks. In that aspect, I still find LMU to have probably the most natural look out of all the sims. I do think that for console, if it works the same way, it's the exact same version. Curve. For consoles, this would be a good game. Especially with crossplay. I think people on a console will like this. Maybe not so much now, but maybe in a couple of weeks or maybe months or... Yeah, Reshade doesn't work in VR. But yeah, LMU it looks almost photorealistic, I would say. Well, I don't think it's built for the old version. It is the new layout because it's got the gravel traps there. Oh, which I almost was able to show you. Okay, yeah. I think where LMU reports it's only intentional wrecking that they really ban people for. I had, back when I played it, which was just after the early access release, I had a couple people that were banned because of intentional wrecking or retaliating. Yeah, in general, so far I'm not convinced on the sounds. It's average at best, I would say. I want to have a little look at the lobby creation, how that works. But yeah, that's the thing with LMU. I always need to remind myself that cars aren't ghosted in the pits there, so you can actually hit someone and wreck someone in the pit and yourself. No, I did check Racilla for if there was a real dedicated server. I don't think that's gonna be coming as well. I think they want to keep everything in game. And of course, there are mods available. Yeah, I should that, but he tends to start a bit earlier. And then by the time I can get on, I've got league racing to do or other stuff, and so it's always a bit tricky. But yeah, I actually left his Discord not too long ago because I was like, he's never gonna do any sim racing. Oh god. So yeah, I should probably rejoin his Discord at some time. Right, let's have a little look at the mods. I think that was in here. So yeah, mod hub, okay. Vehicles, okay. Oh, okay, so this is just the DLC. Yeah, I did see, okay. So that's how it works. You see a mod here, and then you click install, I guess. To downloads. Oh, it's downloaded already. Installed. Okay. What are pack? Ah, okay, those are DLC packages. Liveries. Okay. So you can share liveries. I assume at some point you can add custom liveries. Oh yeah, you should be able, but not sure how easy that would be. Career events. Well, yeah, no, that's not a DLC. That's a mod made by Straight 4 Studios. And these are the coming packs, I believe. Oh no, those are already in. This is the DLC, so this is apparently... Oh yeah, it's weird that it's not on the install tab. That's what you mean. Well, yeah, it is possible, Resilla, by editing some files, I believe, but I haven't dove into that yet. You need to clone the class on AMS2, edit some files, and then you can have more livery slots. Yeah, I've driven the GTE cars. So it's strange indeed that it says buy. It shows them on Steam, I believe. Oh, wrong one. Yeah. So, strange. Strange. Okay, but that is actually quite nice. That, oh, setups. Okay. LMDH setups by Michi Hoyer. Is the LMU only guy? Usually. Hey Raptor. Authentic career with Loma. I haven't checked any career settings. Yeah, LMU R Factor 2. Yeah, strange. So multiplayer. Ranked. Okay. So in order to be able to access this, you need to do a licensing test, as I said at the start as well. Driving an MX-5 around Lime Rock Park for 8 laps, and you need to set or finish within a set time. And that'll get you your license rating. What's social? Okay. These are probably just some short races, I guess. Yeah. Custom lobby. Okay. Okay. Let's see how this works, shall we? Create server. Pick a car. Kinda want to have a look at how this works. GT1. Lobby settings. Max players. Crossplay. Okay, so you can enable or disable crossplay. Guess that's interesting. I don't see anywhere where I can set the name for the server though. Use mods. Okay, so this is quite interesting that you can indeed disable mods as well. Yeah, I was looking for that, Magati. You saw me looking for that, didn't you? If only it would have had that. Key Alarmy Historic. It's a bad game just because it doesn't have that. Identical, okay. Okay. And then session. So you can't set the preheated tire stuff in here. So that doesn't work online. Lovely. Create server. I can't change the name anywhere. Unless I've missed something. Can I change the name here? Apparently not. It just takes the name of your... It just uses your username. My ping is 0 though. That's impressive. That's weird. Nowhere to change the name of the lobby. That's quite annoying. Because if you want to set up a race with your mates, you want to have a name that's easily recognizable. Or if you want to do like a general lobby thing. Oh, actually had someone joining already. So there are players. I'm gonna go back. I'm not gonna race online right now. Quite a few lobbies already though. What the? Huh? So this has 9 drivers out of the possible 32,532. Surely that's a mistake. We found a bug. But this sorting doesn't work as well. You see? That doesn't work. It shows ping as 0 for everything. Yeah, that would be a mess. I also have a password. My lobby is still here. So that's the thing which I don't like on AMS2 as well. If you start a lobby, if you're the host and you exit the lobby, it should disappear.
Thank you for the 3 long months of subscribing Slayer
Hey, Slayer.
7272.
Max, super max. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Where is it? I have a button for that. Yeah, all the lobby names are used, and these are console players. Because you can't show usernames for that. And these are all Steam players. They really need to add an option that you can change the name of the lobby though. Just stupid that they didn't do that. Alright, let's fire up, grab some rain. Let's have a look at rain. How the rain will look. No orange liveries, that's annoying. Well, yeah. Just to see what it looks like. Rainfall. Rainfall, that's the heaviest, I think. Weather slot duration, okay. Okay, so you can change the weather slots. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what that'll look like. I don't think you can set the track to wet. No, maybe you can, because it's set to heavily rubbered in now for a race. Hey, Rob. Yeah. Well, there's some potential there, but you really need to get the force feedback dialed in. But the sounds are average at best. Visually, it's not very bad. I think I have my wipers mapped. Yeah, I do. But it looks a bit washed out. Too much, I would say. I was just about to check what tires I'm on. I don't know. It just looks like if you look at the track, it's just very equal in terms of the way it looks in terms of wetness. Couple tire marks while I'm the only car on track, which is also a little bit odd. Some puddles. The puddles are nice, but then again, once AMS2 adds them back in, that should be good, but I'm not a fan of how the track looks when it's wet. And then indeed, no spray in the mirror. Yeah, that's true, Rob. AMS2 does most things better, currently, at least. I mean, who knows, in a couple weeks or probably more, a couple months time. Oh, it's actually a bit lighter, brighter there. This will be better, but not entirely sure. Will be interesting to see how this develops, but it's not very convincing. As I said, it sounds average at best. At least the cars that I've tried tonight, so far. And in the dry, visually it's not that bad, but yeah, this looks not great, to put it mildly. I must admit, so far the FPS... What's that? Wait, what's that? What's that black piece on the track there? Yeah, I'm going wrong. Someone forgot to add some texture to a certain part of the track. I mean, let's be honest, everyone keeps bitching about AMS2 and its bugs, but whenever they release an update. But this is quite something else. Hey, but yeah. I wonder if it's only when you have it set to to wet weather though. Last night's barbecue was there. Yeah, it looks like it. But that looks odd. Yeah, not great, not great. Let's try it in the dry, shall we? See if that black hole is also there. That'll be interesting. If the sky turned off and no lighting. Should turn on front? No. No, that's, as far as I'm aware, not possible. Let's set it to dry. And then let's see if that black hole is also there. I'm guessing it will be, but... And if it's not, then that shows that they just have one texture for a wet track, basically. And one for dry.
Clear.
Yeah, not sure if it's gonna have a sale. Does Steam have like a sale on Black Friday? Usually they go with what Steam does. Black Week. Ah, okay. I missed that totally. Oh, you have this on PlayStation? Raptor? Nice. See, and that's where I think they'll get a lot of people from. Console. Still some weird artifacting occasionally. It's your first place. Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah. I just have a feeling that VR is not gonna be that great initially in terms of optimization. I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, I don't think so. And I have a feeling it might take a little time before they really add VR. I think they said that they were aiming at very soon after release. and same with triple support, I think, triple screen, because I don't think it supports that just now, which is also just weird. I mean, not adding VR at launch, okay, you can somewhat understand that, but not having triple screen support on a sim. Where was it? A little further? No, it was over here, wasn't it? Yeah, so it's... So they... Apparently they're using just a separate texture layer for wet track. Or something like that. Which... yeah. It's weird, isn't it? It's kind of a basic functionality to have triple screen support and nowadays VR as well. Because a lot of people are using VR in sim racing. Probably not the majority, but still a lot of people are. I just have a feeling that AMS2 will remain the king in VR though. So yeah, that black thing is not there. Interestingly enough. Oh wait. What more do we have? Yeah, but that's the thing. Models can do a lot. Oh, we added that mod car. Which is made by Straight for Studios, so it's probably not really a mod, but where did they put that? Lola, Porsche, okay. GT4. NGT. Oh, I need to try this one as well. Where is the... Oh, okay. Track day. Yeah, AC Rally is... in general, people are very optimistic about that, so... Okay, yeah, I haven't had a look at the career mode. I'm usually not a career player myself. But I did do the license test to race online. Okay, and that's against 3 MX5 AI. And they were just blind. Even if you're fully alongside, they still try to squeeze you off the track and push you off. And there's better behavior in a general open lobby, to be honest. Okay. Let's drive that one. And well, AMS2 is never gonna have like a fully integrated system. You have LFM. I think that's got, yeah, some attendance. And of course Just Race, which has quite a lot of communities and leagues on it. A lot more than 2 years ago, basically. So with the growing player base, there have been a lot more communities starting on Just Race as well. And the thing is, and that's something that always bugs me when people say, oh, it needs to have integrated multiplayer system. But the sim that has the highest amount of players on multiplayer, iRacing, isn't the integrated system. You have one app that's a UI, that's where you register for your race, and then it loads the sim when you load onto the track. It's a different app. So that's what always bugs me when people say that. Okay, yeah, that's good. Hey Phil. Yeah, AI is well, yeah, graphics average at best, sounds average at best, basically. But yeah, well, I think you can buy the base game without the year one thing for like 20 bucks, 25 bucks on the key side. Yeah. So, but yeah, if you haven't bought it, and if you have AMS2, I wouldn't buy this. Yeah, Ian Belt did it again. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have AMS2, buy AMS2. You can buy that probably for a couple bucks on the key side, and you don't have to own the tracks to race on them in multiplayer, so that's always a good thing. Not sure how this would handle it. The audio distortion is so weird. But yeah, if you want to buy a sim and this also looks just a bit, yeah, it's not, yeah, it's a bit, yeah, blurry, not sharp, not as crisp as you would expect in terms of the way the track looks. Yeah, which is odd because it don't have scaling or DLSS turned on. So only thing I changed apart from the ultra preset is turning the post-process anti-aliasing, switching it from TAA to DLAA. That's the only thing I changed. I didn't turn on frame generation, didn't turn on DLSS. Playseat, it looked really bad, just 20 years ago, switching the mirror. Yeah, well, the virtual mirror and the mirror itself is not great. Throttle issue. Well, I did have a brake issue where it added dead zone to my brake pedal all of a sudden after a game start. The throttle issue better moves at 50. So no, mine is responding straight away. But the settings are a bit strange, not very clear. It's kinda like the DLSS. Yeah, but it's better than TAA. At least that's what I thought. I'm usually not a fan of DLSS in a racing game. Oh. Uh, 1440. Too wobbly. Wow. Yeah. MSAA is still better than TAA on AMS2. Even in VR, I would say. I'll show you guys my settings as there are a few new people in here. Bot racing, is that you, Adam? Yeah, and some people find TAA the best thing they've added since they released the game. How you doing, Adam? So these are my settings. As I said, it's mostly the Ultra preset. So yeah, no DLSS turned on. More arcade. Well, it's in general. If you look at some of the parts, Adam, sounds are average at best, I would say. At least the cars that I've tried so far. None of them really stands out. A good example is the GTE Porsche. If you compare that to the way the Porsche sounds in AMS2, it sounds horrendous in this. Visually, it's not particularly great. Not very bad either, but yeah. Yeah, that's true. In terms of handling, it takes a bit of time to get your settings dialed in terms of force feedback and all that. Once you have that set up, a lot of the cars actually feel pretty decent, I would say. Yeah, sim, arcade. It's a bit difficult. I think it does aim more towards the simi side. It's not something like Forza Motorsport or something like that. So it does have the sim aspect, but yeah, they certainly have some things that they can improve. That's for sure. And the thing is, how much are they gonna improve it? And how long are they gonna update it? What's that? Mosler? Never heard of that. Now the MX-5 initially felt a little bit odd to me. Well, in general, I think the graphics look a bit washed out and not the most crispy, sharp as it could look. And if you rev like this, you hear the distortion. Practically every car has that. You hear that? That's so bad. Some cars have it worse than others. So yeah, it's yeah, it's even worse. Hey, Quado. Well, yeah, you could say it looks the same as iRacing, that's for sure. I do think that, especially if they can iron out a lot of the issues, that they might be getting a solid player base though. Bugs on no. Well, the game does have bugs, but not on the mid screen. Well, I wouldn't say a million times better. It has improved a bit, but I mean, it's not that bad. I think if you can get your wheel set up, and if they improve certain things a little bit, then a lot of people will have fun on this. For me, it's gonna be interesting to see when they add VR, how it will be then. I just have a feeling AMS2 will still be the king in VR in terms of sim racing. I might be wrong, but time will tell. But yeah, it sounds just as I said, average at best. I do think like this MX-5 and some other cars can provide for some very fun racing, but I do miss Crew Chief though, telling me how crap I am and stuff like that. I hope Crew Chief will be supported soon enough. For feedback isn't the worst out there, that's for sure. Also not the best. But yeah, it does take a little bit of messing around, getting it dialed in, and I think I even can fine-tune it a little bit here and there, but it does seem that
If the car's unloading off the corner, you can go down on the rear rebound and that might fix your problem.
okay, so actually your engineer gives some tips on setup. Okay, that is interesting. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Sorry. It's like when you drive on AMS2, it not really matters which car, but it just feels more alive, more yeah, I don't know. This feels a bit dull, a bit, yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. One difference is with AMS2, when the grip's gone, the grip's gone. You can barely save the car. With this, it is a bit more controllable in that way. When the car starts to slip away from you, then you can correct it. Not sure if some of that is very realistic. I think on some occasions it's you probably wouldn't have saved it in real life as you can in here. And then I spin. Hey Toka. Yeah, Phil mentioned the throttle issue as well, but I don't seem to have that issue. So Yeah, good to see you, by the way. Do you know, well, I guess we could. Should we do a ranked race? What do they have on offer? What time is it? I could do a quick one, maybe. Go on the straight and press 50% throttle. Oh, wait. Now it makes more sense. Sorry, Phil, that I didn't understand it like that. I have noticed that with the licensing test that I did with the MX-5. I did see that. And then I think I changed some settings and then it worked better. GTE World Championship. How long are these races? Can I see that somewhere? 15 laps? Fuck me, that's a bit long. These are all ranked races. That's quite a lot, I must say. That we're starting within the next 4 minutes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I assume they'll fix that soon enough though. But it shouldn't be there. Social race should be casual races. Yeah, but because fuck me. 15 laps, 16 laps. 20 to 12 laps, but that's Lexington. I don't know that track, so I'm not gonna do that tonight. 16 laps, that's all pretty long. Let's have a look at the socials. 10 laps, Lime Rock Park, okay. That's doable. Sebring School. Hang or throw you back, okay. So let's try it out then. Let's try MX-5s. Can I, register? 10 laps, qualifying 10 minutes. Okay, that's gonna be the last thing I do tonight. We have a bit of a orange livery. Is that the only one with more orange, I guess? We started there, okay. We'll see how it goes. Okay, cockpit. Oh, okay. That is nice though. You can actually already change your cockpit settings from in here. It's not all bad. Some things they've done really well. So now I just need to wait on this screen 2 minutes. 4 people registered. It's gonna be a shit show. I'm not quick around Lime Rock Park. Or anywhere else for that matter. I guess we need to wait. And that's the thing. It will sort splits, okay. Well, I assuming with 7 people it will be one split. And these are social, so the non-ranked races. That is actually quite a nice approach. To have like unofficial races, ranked races. And there were a lot of ranked races, I must say that. That's not very bad. There's plenty on offer. And you can create your own server, which I really think that they should add an option that you can name your lobby. Especially on console, because it uses your username, and for console on PC it just looks like user and then a number. So it would be nice to have just the option to add a lobby name to it. So 10 laps, that should be around 10 minutes, 12 minutes to race, and 10 minutes quali. Yeah. Let's see how it works. If it works. Nine people, okay. 10. So far, guaranteed top 10 finish if I finish the race. Yeah, my first attempt at online. Matchmaking, okay. Assign it to a race split, connect it to server. So I assume these are servers that Straight 4 is running, so that has to be some kind of a dedicated server. Oh, I'm sure of it. But hey, you guys get to watch it. And then? It's not very informative about what's happening. Yeah, that could be as well, Resella. That could be as well. It might explain why this is taking a long time. I have a feeling online isn't working that well yet. No, it kicks me back to main menu from here. Okay. I have a feeling that's gonna happen. I have a feeling. Hey Johnny. You mean the game? No, the game hasn't crashed yet. Yeah, but I don't think I can rejoin this session now. When restarting the game or going to the main menu. So the online doesn't work very well yet. The idea is good. Of having those options available in game. Yeah, you can't join during practice or quali. Once things starts, you can't join. Which is stupid. I think even when you create your own lobby, that's not possible. So that's just a stupid idea. Your work stabilizer online so they won't remain animated until this is... Oh, okay, so that explains why this doesn't work. Own lobbies you can't join what's... Yeah, that's just stupid, isn't it? So you need to join from the start or sit the first race out, sit out the race, and then join the second race that's being done. Yeah, I think it doesn't work. And these are all peer-to-peer. That's a lot less than there used to be. That's still not working well either. No, I was gonna go here. No. Well, yeah, I did make my own server earlier. So there's 40. Eh? Now it shows that there are 42 people doing this. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Just, oh, okay, that's nice. It saved my previous livery. Let's try again, shall we? Yeah, it could be. Well, it says 38 registered players, but no, I haven't tried a career. I'm not gonna do that tonight either. I'm usually not much of a career player anyway, so. I did have Raptor in chat and he had a quick go at it and he liked it apart from the AI that really is terrible. No worries, Rayzilla. Thanks for tuning in and hope to see you soon. Connecting to server. Hey Manoa. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Well, yeah, the AI in this is horrible. I only had a brief race in the MX-5s, but okay, interesting. Yeah, they are having some issues and they are in maintenance mode apparently, but they should have something that that shows that it's in maintenance mode, so you don't have people registering for stuff. What the fuck? What's this? Something's not really going as it should. Alright, let's go back. I'm gonna create my own lobby and we'll see who joins in. Just one quick one and then it's off to bed for me. Have you tried it already, Johnny? I assume you have. Yeah, this is taking a long time now. Wait. 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 No, it's not Steam offline maintenance time. No. Okay. Well, I'm guessing you might not have a lot of fun, if I'm honest. Alright, try again. It worked before, yeah. Alright. Just set up a quick one. Well, yeah, you might be right about that. Let's do GT1s. I might regret setting this up, but... Oh no, in fact, no, let's not do that. Let's go and do... X5 is also always quite fun. Oh wait, I can pick my livery over here right away. Well, I haven't played Red Sport in a while, but I dare to say that it's already better than Red Sport. Maybe not on all areas, but there are some where it's pretty next players. Oh, okay, that track only has 19 grid slots, so okay, it's fine. Damage off, yeah. Penalties on, okay. Okay. Session. How short can you set it? 5 minutes. Okay. Short race. I think that's it. Average. Alright. So if you're watching, if you want to join in, it's just gonna be one quick race for me. But yeah, hop on. I can't start obviously right now because then no one can join. Which is a bit of a dumb decision. Why does it show this? Because I'm the host, I guess. Yeah, I can't blame you. It's just so stupid that you can't join during practice. It might have to do with the crossplay stuff. Did I have crossplay turned on for this one, by the way? I forgot. I wonder if I go back now. It still shows it has been there. Oh, filled. Okay, so that has removed it. Yeah, did I? I forgot. Crossplay enabled. Yeah, okay. Cheers. Try again. Earlier I had a quick test to set up a GT1 that had people joining. Change vehicle. Okay, so I can't change that now. So the first race will have to be with that car. That's also good to know. And I guess you can't change any lobby settings, so once it's running, which is also a bit shit. Would be nice to be able to change the session length now. Sun glare, yeah, it's the whole visually it's average, I would say. It's not very great. I think it looks a bit washed out. I'm not using DLSS or anything, just DLAA. That's the only thing I'm using. Everything else maxed out on Ultra preset. And yeah, it does look very bad, but also not, yeah, not great. If that makes sense. Well, I don't think people will join. Maybe we can join a different lobby. Well, this has Limebrook Park. That's a console player starting it. Let's see if I can join. Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, I guess we're racing this one. Four people. Let's go. My ping is still 0, by the way. Oh, someone joined last minute. Traveling to the track. Qualify. I forgot to check. Oh, this is fine. Oh, that's actually nice. Nice setup. Is fuel usage off or something? Oh, that's the calculator. Sorry. guess we can just go drive. Oh.
Hammer down now.
And the issue as well is that I moved the virtual mirror to the center of the screen, and that setting doesn't stick. Well, it shows as it being in the center, but it keeps on popping up at the top right. Come on, tires, warm up a little bit.
Send it, mate. Don't leave any time out there.
Big stutter, another big stutter, another one, and another one, and so weird. More people are having these issues, so it's not my end where it happens only. Yeah, but it doesn't happen all the time, so it's a bit strange as to why it's happening. It doesn't help though. Well, yeah, it's not all bad. Hey, Adam, yeah, well, I'm gonna do this one. It's just midnight for me. I'm gonna do this race and then it'll be the end for tonight. I didn't see if damage was turned on in this lobby, so let's just think about that it is. Yeah, the biggest thing is that you need to dial in the force feedback a bit, and then it feels pretty decent. I've got a Quest 2, Adam. Yeah, I'm still looking for sponsors. No.
1 minute left in the session.
Oh. Yeah, I don't like it. I need VR. I want my VR. You're going to buy Quest 3. Okay, nice. Make sure to, if you're gonna use a link cable, make sure to get one with a charging port that you can plug it in. Otherwise it'll drain the battery. The Quest 2 does it as well, and the Quest 3 will drain it even quicker, I believe. An invite. I can't. Can I send you? I can't send you an invite now. It's not my lobby as well, though. I just joined a random one, and you can't join once it started, apparently. So that's also not a great thing. Well, the Quest 3 has got some higher resolution lenses in it, so it will require one a little bit more. No, Johnny, I'll be doing this one and then it's time for me to go to bed. It's past midnight already over here, so. Yeah, thanks, Slasot. Thank you. Will be interesting. Hashtag not last. Unless he improves.
Might take a look at your setup for the race because the other guys obviously found
Okay,
more
so
speed.
I'm gonna save the replay. Next session. Okay. So here you can see console. I'm the only PC player. Ah, that's interesting. I do need to try this using a controller because I have a feeling it might be pretty good on a controller. 10 laps. How much fuel do I need? Do I have? How can I determine what the fuel is? Fuel level 23 liters. Yeah, that should be enough, I guess. MX-5 doesn't use a lot. Okay.
Good luck, mate. You can do it.
Yeah, there's a whole guide they have. PDF file, which explains a lot of the settings. It's quite interesting to read through that when setting up your stuff. Yeah, I have read it, but it was a lot of text. Why are people already getting 2 seconds penalties? Oh. Yeah, a little bit wide there. Not really fast. It could have been my name. Good to see you. There's a proper, well, when you get force feedback dialed in, most of the cars that I've tried tonight feel pretty good, but the sounds aren't great. I've got the throttle issue. See that? So yeah, the sounds are average at best, I would say, visually as well. And it's got some issues where you get random stutters. And some other stuff. I would like for them to have the option to be able to scale the HUD. Oh, I got a 2 second as well. To scale the HUD elements, because some of those are pretty well in your face basically, which is not ideal. Are you, Johnny? You always love the sound of the GTE Porsche in MS2 compared to what's in this game. Oh, it's terrible. Doesn't sound anything like it. Oh, understeer. And that's the only intervals that you have. One car in front, one car behind you that it shows. It's also not very great. Oh, wrong line through there. I do think that once they iron out a lot of the issues, as I said before, there will be a lot of people that will enjoy playing this. I think it's also a good move for them to go on console, in a way. Because on console, yeah, you have got Gran Turismo. And now Rensport, of course, but that is hardly any competition, I would say. I'm totally not very focused when driving now as well, but it's okay. Yeah, there's still a bit of things they need to change and fix and stuff like that, but that's kind of what you have with basically every game, that they'll never be done fixing anything, basically. I mean, even iRacing has got some bug fixing every time, so after all those years.
Halfway in.
Guy behind me has a 4-second penalty. It does hand out penalties quite easy, apparently. If they get online working better than it does tonight, then especially because of the historical content and built-in ranked racing, they'll definitely benefit from that. That's for sure. The other alternative there is, basically, besides iRacing, is LMU and maybe later AC Evo. Well, yeah, but the AI is really bad, so they really need to work on that. And Ian Bell stated that the AI in the current state was the best out there, Well, he must have had something to drink because it definitely isn't. GT3 cars in shit. Well, yeah, we didn't do GT3, but with RPM we did GTE cars. We might do some GT3 and at some point next year. Yeah, in space indeed. Yeah, I can understand that. The thing is, I don't mind driving a GT3 race occasionally, but AMS2 got so much other content that's pretty darn awesome that I find it would be a shame not to use that. Final lap coming up. But you gotta get the Quest 3, Adam. Do you have VR now, or is that gonna be like your very first VR experience?
Race officials noted a track limit violation.
Even that already gives me a 2-second penalty. I didn't gain time from that. God. I just ran a little bit wide. Nothing more. Yeah, I mean, the GT3 cars are kind of the benchmark for most people. Reverb G2, oh, okay, okay.
As I told
Okay.
you, there's some fast guys in this series.
Well, thanks. I don't think he told me, but okay. Alright, so I saved the replay. Now, I think I need to wait a little bit. I wonder why I can see the replays. I forgot to look in the menu. So yeah, I'm gonna exit out of this one, go back. Where can I play the replays? Is it over here? Oh, save replays. Okay. Race quali. Okay, let's have a look. I guess that'll be 30 FPS as well, limited. Oh god. Oh, that's awful. Yeah, 30 FPS. They really need to make it at least 60 FPS. Control, hold to hide HUD. Okay. Alt report incident. Okay. Yeah, apparently it's limited to 30 FPS, which sucks. As I said, it has to be at least 60 FPS, I would say. It's so bad. Can I just... And I can't click on a different name? Can I... Oh, over here. Oh, that's not very handy. HUD options. That's only hide or unhide the HUD. Oh, those are controls. Oh wait. Oh, okay. Okay. All on board. Okay, so this will cycle between onboard and trackside cameras. Interesting. Yeah, I think it might be a thing for the consoles. Replays are generally a little bit more demanding than just playing with the trackside cameras on some games, so but this is horrific. Now, if you want to do, say you have a good race and you want to make a highlight video where it shows your POV and then you add picture in picture, you add the external trackside replay. That'll look like shit with 30 FPS. Alright. So yeah, that's gonna do it, I guess, for tonight. So all in all, graphics average, not very bad, but all maxed out on a 5090. So yeah, I haven't checked if you lowered it to medium setting what it looks like then. I imagine it would be a lot worse, but yeah, sounds not great for the most part. Controls pretty decent once you get the force feedback dialed in. So yeah. Yeah. I've got a 5090. Yes. Since a couple months now. So yeah, there's definitely potential here. It's got some decent content. I would love to see tracks like Road America being added. No, the problem is with the game because it's not just my end, and I'm not running the latest driver as well. I rolled back a couple versions because I had some other issues. Well, the thing is, Adam, I got a good offer for my 4080 that I had before, and besides that, a unexpected tax refund. So yeah, combine those two, and I was like, okay, now I can do it. Let's do it. Let's do an upgrade. So I don't have to look at that for the coming year or two, or hopefully a little bit longer. So yeah. 1000 watt. Yeah, sometimes you need to seize the opportunity. So yeah, I don't think in general this is as bad as some of the other creators and streamers and stuff make it out to be. It's got potential. Well, it's fucking huge indeed. Yeah, it's well, to be honest, I had a 4080 and that was already pretty big, and the 5090 is a little bigger, but I did need to do some measurements to see if it would fit in my case. But yeah, it wasn't the issue. Fits perfectly. So yeah, it's insane though. So yeah, in general, if you like to do some online racing or career mode, I haven't looked at career mode, but yeah. Um, this does have potential. Would I tell you to buy it now? Probably not. If you are currently playing something else, whether it's LMU and enjoying that, or AMS2 or whatnot, I would just wait a little bit. There's not really a reason to warrant in buying this in the current state, I would say, if you play other things that are working very well. I guess it's a bit different for consoles. I can't really comment on that. But yeah, it's as I said, dialing in your controls, your force feedback makes a massive difference. I suspect that there'll be another patch within a week at least, with some more fixes. So it will be interesting to see what happens after that. No worries, Magati. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in, by the way, and thank you Slayer for the Prime resub. Very much appreciated. Yeah, I'll probably be streaming this a little bit more, but not sure when. Glare in the INI file. Okay. Yeah, I did have some strange artifacting on some occasions. Not tonight during the stream, but before when I was setting things up. So yeah, there's still some stuff they need to fix. But there's definitely some potential here. That's for sure. I would say if you like AMS2 a lot, then you'll probably get to like this as well. Yeah, if you haven't got it now, it might be best to wait a little bit. Alright, it's well past midnight for me. Time to go to bed. Thank you all, everyone, for watching, tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun. And see you all next time. Probably we'll be on Thursday night with a RPM off-season race. Not sure what it's gonna be yet, but probably it might be some F1. So stay tuned. Alright. Good night everyone and see you next time. Bye bye.